That was another weekend packed to the brim with exciting sporting action from the Springboks' very convincing victory over Italy to TP Mazembe, being crowned 2017's CAF Confederations Cup champions. In case you missed any of the action, let's touch on two of those stand-up performances as we have mentioned this weekend.
Yeah, man, so big weekend that has been in terms of sport as well. We can be very proud of our Springboks as well.
Yeah.
What are we starting off with?
We're going to kick off with the rugby, and I think, as I was saying to the Lions players a moment ago, it's so frustrating to see what the Boks are capable of when it all clicks, and you think to yourself, what went wrong in that opening game?
Just a kind of a mentality that wasn't there, maybe the team spirit, I don't know, what could it have been?
And we know there's been lots of shake-ups in the team, but let's take you through a blow by blow. Obviously, we had to come back from the 2018 loss the last time we were on soil, and we really did. 5 unanswered tries coming from South Africa at the moment. I think my mic pack has just dropped off. But it was an opportunity for some first-time tries for a lot of the players putting their hands up for the very first time. Bongi Mbonane, we know that he was coming on for his debut appearance. He scored a try. Francois Lowe has been fantastic throughout the season, one of our overseas-based players. He was great. One of the standout players for me, Francois Fenter, also coming in for a try. He was brilliant in that number 12, in that inside centre berth. That's what you want from a big, crunching centre, taking his body to the line. Really, really good performance. And him and Andre Pollard, man of the match, was also fantastic. Steven Kitsoff, who had to come on when the Beast was taken off pretty early on injured. And I think this... the bell is ringing for the Beast, unfortunately. Steven Kitsoff, they're not going to be able to keep him out of that team for much longer.
Look, he's brilliant. He's
absolutely amazing,
brilliant.
man. And Franco Mostert, who's like a try-scoring machine for the Boks, he also got in. But as I said, Pollard was named man of the match. So a record-breaking performance. This is the most we've ever scored against Italy, which is great. So it certainly shows where the Springboks mindset is. But we've got an uphill challenge now. We've got to take on Wales in our next fixture. A couple of players being released from that squad. So it's going to be another shake-up in the team.
Look, man, let's just hope they can keep this momentum going, because they've been, they came from a dark place now. They're working their way up. Let's hope that they can kind of...
And Alistair Coetzee away record gradually improving. And just one last call up for Thomas du Toit has been called up to fill that space because they're in the front row. Then it is with a certain amount of trepidation that I approach the CAF Confederation Cup final. There was so much hope around SuperSport United. They just weren't there in the first half. I think they were too guarded. TP Mazembe, all credit to them in terms of how they played, not for their antics on the field. We had 2 send-offs in this game, which is not what you want to see in a final. But if anything, it showed the fire on that field. SuperSport did wake up in the second half, but I think Eric Tinkler hit the nail on the head. He spoke about a huge amount of disrespect shown, and we saw, as I said, 2 people being sent off. Mazembe's Kabaso Chongo was given marching orders for picking up a second red. Tusopala was shown a straight red right at the end of the game, which you really don't want to see. But there were some gestures made, and maybe, like I said, there was a huge amount of passion on the field. And they've now, this is their 3rd consecutive title, TP Mazembe, so they've proven their chops, and maybe the passion just overwhelmed them a little bit. Those sort of antics, though, you don't want to see. We know there's already a fierce rivalry within the fan set within Africa, and I think what it really did do was compound Eric Tinkler. I think it came to bear in that moment that now he's put so much effort into the cup competition. They are way off the pace in the PSL SuperSport as a team, so he has a mountain to climb just to remain in that top 8.
Absolutely. But once again, a very, very big weekend. Thank you very much for the roundup. And yeah, man, round of applause for the Boks, man. Come on. At least there's one thing that we can be very, very proud of. Let's hope they keep that momentum going. That's a wrap of your sport on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning.